and we're here to talk about, to discuss shared challenges on issues to do with building control. Building control is as brought by the Building Control Act 2013, is a law that is regulating the building industry. Now, because of its importance, especially when it comes to development, the board has found it fit to come, of course, to come and talk about building control with the accounting officers, to share challenges, experiences, and best practices, and of course, from it to know how best we can implement this law better in the local authorities. But again, beyond that, we are here also to guide accounting officers on various aspects of the law, for them to understand other aspects in terms of the building control processes, to understand the stakeholders within the built environment, to understand the importance of building permits, to understand the importance of occupation permits, to also understand that government, of course, they understand the role of the National Building Board, the Ministry of Works and Transport, and also alongside that, to understand the legal framework of building control in this country, the standards that have been developed, the regulations that have been built. Because once they understand all those, the institutional framework, the legal framework, and their role as accounting officers, they will be in a position of guiding the general public, guiding their various jurisdictions on how buildings should be developed and how compliance should be achieved at the end of the day. So we have been here, we started off in Arua, we went to, we've been in Rende to meet people in that region, we went to Gulu, we're now proceeding to Hoima, and then we shall also cover it, finish up with the other remaining sub-regions, speaking about the same and meeting accounting officers. At the end of the day, we expect that these meetings shall come up with resolutions that we shall share with the top management and leadership of the board, to find ways and means of guiding further the local government on how best this law should be implemented.
Do you think Lira is doing well, or how is Lira performing?
In terms of, when speaking about Lira as an entity, yes, Lira is performing well, and as it's one of the cities where we have audited as the board, in terms of how they have established their building control function, in terms of how they are going about their building control function. Of course, there are challenges, but those are the challenges that we're here to discuss and get solutions on how best we can now ensure that Lira can actually perform better. We have also
put in place, we stand to lose a lot. If this law is put in place, by the way, I remember 2010 when the Fiscal Planning Act came into effect. There was a very big pull and push between fiscal planners and the health officers. That time it was the health officers under the Public Health Act. So nobody should think that this is now they have come to take up. No. And I want to tell you as accounting officers, please ensure physical planning function is doing its work. Land use planning. These were called what? African quarters? Yes. They were well planned by the whites for residential categories, for a certain size of plots, for a certain size of... Now, where did the planning function go? You can't differentiate a nice building from a bad building. You saw the picture we had here? Where you had on the left-hand side, a poor man's slum. Then on the right-hand side, a rich man's slum. That's a function of physical planning. No architect or engineer should start thinking, even thinking of putting a building anywhere, unless physical planning has happened. The size of the roads, the drainage channels, the building heights, the plot coverage, the density, the plot ratio, all our physical planning issues at the neighborhood level. And all those covenants should be in the title, so that whoever is coming to make a plan should follow those. Now what's happening, we are first designing and then come board. We have encountered so many challenges, including going to courts of law, including going to where being sued and all that, being pulled. As I said, when we started, we operated for 1.5 years without a retainer, without sitting allowance. And as you know, government, I'm told, later I got to learn, me, I'm from the private sector. I got to learn that government never pays allowances retrospective. So we fighted for 1.5 years until we became a budget item. But our arrears, which we thought would come, we said, no, the law does not allow. But here we are, we're having a conversation. The instruments have been all put in place. The negotiation